there's times
Can I
I
do
make
it?
Put a sticky note on my
just,
phone.
but not in my
And I'll
binder,
stick
but
my
like it
phone
would be like
down
a certain
my
code
purse,
applied to a
and
case,
stick
right?
it
And I'm
in
like,
my
I
mouth, put a
want to bring this
sticky
up,
note on my
right?
phone. I have to
And
put
then,
it on the tape too.
you know, and this is like me prepping at home for something, and then when I get there,
But
like,
now
I
I
have it
don't want
highlighted from like
No,
2
no,
meetings
so
ago or
now
something, and I'm
You
like,
can go erase it.
wait a
I'm just
minute.
trying to see how
is
dark
this
it
for this one?
for you.
Or was this last meeting that I wanted to bring this up? And then, so,
Now,
at least with
once you're in
this, I'm able to like, again, annotate the PDF, either highlight or whatever,
back and hit
and I'm done with it, I put the PDF away.
Highlight?
I don't have to worry about ruining my sources,
Okay,
right?
just play, just mark, put a mark there.
Plus, my handwriting looks like it's a
not.
hieroglyphic, so.
So I'll
Mine
erase
too.
it.
Back in the old
So what
days,
you need to
when,
do then is go
when
back
banks
into
really
the
cared
highlight.
No, I
about
read
the
it.
signature,
And
Go to
because
the
your
dot on
signature
the
changes over time. And
and now you have to
bank
make
called
it
me and
even
said, somebody
darker
tried to
yet.
cash a check with your name.
Now, I'm not sure if that's darker or if this is darker. I
They
have to
made,
play
you know,
with it.
then they had, the banks kept a card on file.
And it all depends on the
They
way.
Then I
come in and
just,
sign that.
where do I get out of it?
That's actually really funny. A long time ago, so I'll show you my legal signature because no one believes me.
So now just test it for yourself.
So if you steal my credit card right now,
Okay, so that's two,
you're gonna sign my name,
that's,
aren't you?
okay, so now I do this
That's my
again.
legal signature. You guys are, it's not.
So I do, I want that, this medium. Okay, so now I'm gonna erase this.
Yep, erase it.
There's nothing against the
Now
law.
I'm gonna bring it in again.
Legal name for the signature. But guess what? If someone signs a credit card and they put T.
I'm
Gilbert,
gonna erase that too.
You know it's wrong.
I know it's wrong. Yeah. But my mortgage company did not like that.
Yeah, but you know what, I mean,
I was like,
it's really back,
my decision.
back in like Columbus times, you know, it was
Hey, Chris.
place your mark here.
Yeah.
Mark could have been the next, or, you know,
Could have been anything.
yeah.
That's why when I did that, the DMV lady asked me, she was like, "Did you mean to do that?" And I was like, "Oh, I have full intention of doing this." And I was like, "It's actually worked out. I've never once in my life fraud, something. I've never been compromised, passwords, banks,
No, it's
credit
not working.
cards, like you name it.
Hit
I
this,
rotate my pin every year.
when it's up,
Every year I
second,
do that.
it's good, right?
My wife's like, "Why?" I was like, "It's 4 numbers. It's okay. I can remember it."
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather rotate. She's like, "Why?" I'm like, "In this today's age,
That's where we got hung up this
Yeah,
morning.
you never know.
you know."
And I did, I'm an Apple guy, but, you know, most of the passwords,
Okay, that's
you
good.
know, I use Apple Strong.
Yeah, that's fun too because it generates a string.
Yeah, and it's big, you know, if you
Okay.
can guess that, you're entitled to it.
You're entitled, yeah. I joke around with my wife because
I just wanted to check.
our bank password that we both share, right?
Posted anything over.
Same thing. It's like
Okay.
32 characters or something. It's something
So we got
just
this.
long.
So now I wanna work
She's like,
offline.
"Can it be something simple?" I'm like, "No."
No,
Because guess what? They just need one opportunity.
yeah,
Huh?
my sister,
Credit
Oh,
cards,
she's not
whatever.
here.
I can always call, you know,
yeah,
fraud,
credit
whatever.
card, yeah.
A debit or an ACH transaction, like,
Station was here
it's
last
hard to get that money back if they get
Or
it.
even,
show
even
for the
worse,
tablet,
you
but you got one.
know, an investment account or
I
something.
do
like
annotate, I use this annotation.
Couple days before we had to meet.
that. That is,
She's a campaign manager.
She's a secret shopper.
She's running for sheriff.
Oh,
So she'll be extremely busy with that. And she's starting to get the.
any,
Now, this is any page you've annotated.
Getting what?
popping up around
Yeah,
the
they
dock,
own
wait,
it, her and her.
yeah, I know they got the business, Worthington, yeah.
don't
You getting busy?
they head south in the wintertime?
Pushing technology.
Yeah, there's,
They stay visible in the cool weather?
they do, because the water's warmer than,
Yeah,
you know, frequently you get up in the morning and there's, you know, smoke on the water. It's, from, the warm air over the cold water, or vice versa, cold air over the warm water. But, anyway, no, they haven't had them climbing on top of the dock yet, but, like they are wont to,
yeah.
not so far. Most of the ones I see are
Me
older
too.
though.
I've been doing it for about 7 years.
What's their lifespan, life expectancy?
Big reptiles like that have an indefinite lifespan. They only die if they're injured or
No food?
sick or something like that, but they don't die of old age. That's why you
And how
get
do I
these
get rid of this?
Galapagos
How do I get rid of this?
that last forever. So
Just touch it anything.
Last
On the screen.
10, 15
Just touch.
years.
Now you should have, in the upper left-hand corner, just say done.
There you go. Google that shit.
I figured I could go right to the source underneath.
Okay. So now if I want it, I gotta press this,
Yeah.
bring it back, I gotta go, do I have to pick everything on again?
No, you're,
But
Just
can you
stick the
tell?
highlighter.
yeah, no, you should.
You can't
I was
just
about to
make,
say, can you tell who's
No,
who
here's
over
the
there?
thing. Whoops.
Not the Google CERN.
Google,
The only thing that I've
How do we go
learned
back?
is that
back,
you can estimate its length by the
okay,
distance.
so now I
of
just
each
wanna
of the
erase,
Before you touch anything.
yeah,
the forehead with the eyes and the tip of the nose.
can't-
So if you see it go by and it
got
looks
it.
like,
Then you have to go done, just move the page.
And what happens to the annotation, does it disappear?
that's a sort of a guesstimate thing,
okay.
but
Good to know, I didn't know that.
that's the only thing that I've learned.
Where do you have a dock at? What city?
Well,
Huh?
you know, on the Citrus
Oh, okay.
County side of
Yeah.
it, you know,
Oh, is he not supposed to show up?
I have a pontoon sitting
Oh, it's
on
9
Henderson,
o'clock.
so once in a while,
Morning. It's very good.
we have a sunshine. My father-in-law has a dock, and then we keep it on a side canal right off Henderson, so we can just head on out to open body. And, yeah, like, about a month or two ago, he like sent me a photo, he goes, oh, look at this little guy, he's a little 5-footer. He had to have been like grown or something, but he came like crawling up on the dock, and my father-in-law took a hose, he started like spraying him, and he just like got pissed and turned around and went back to the water.
How's it going?
Good, man, how are you? Yeah, you too, man.
reading this book about Australia, the saltwater crocodiles, that's a whole different.
Yeah,
Those things are
We got Mike doing it this week.
Yes, sir.
that's your.
Good morning. This is the Citrus County Planning and Development Commission public hearing for April the 4th, 2024. If you'd like to join us at this time, I invite you to please stand for the invocation and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Dear Lord, please give us the grace to be understanding, patient, and tolerant. With these attributes, we can conduct our business in a manner which will be pleasing to Thee, our county, and its residents. In the Lord's name, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. For the courtesy of the applicants, the board, and those around you, at this time, please place all your cellular devices on mute. Then may we get the roll call, please?
The following Planning and Development Commission members are present. Chair, Richard Barmez. First Vice Chair, James Royce. Second Vice Chair, David Bramblett. Robert Shera. Alternate, Timothy Gilbert, Mike Facemeyer, and Kurt Stone.
Thank you. If any person decides to appeal any decisions made by the commission with respect to any matter considered at this hearing, he or she will need to record the proceedings, and for such purposes, he or she may need to ensure that the verbatim record of the proceedings is made, which record indicates testimony and evidence upon the appeal is to be based. During the public input portions of the meeting, individuals are given 3 minutes and representatives of an organization is given 5 minutes. When anyone wishing to speak, please go to the podium. Please complete a yellow form and hand it to the recording secretary. Please print your name, address, and the number of the application for which you are speaking on. The yellow forms can be found at the podium at the door. If representing an organization, a letter of authorization must accompany the speaker. Comments will be limited only to the topics being heard. Please state your name, spell your last name, and give the address for the tape record. Now, at this time, I'm going to open up the podium for the public. This is an opportunity to come forward and address the commission on any issues that you may have. This is not pertaining to any applications that will be heard today. Anyone? All right, seeing none at this time, I'm closing the public portion of the meeting. At this time, we also have a minutes to approve for January the 4th, February the 1st of 2024, and December the 7th of 2023.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the minutes as submitted.
Second.
We have a first by Commissioner Facemeyer, a second by Commissioner Bramlett. Any comments from the board? All right, all approved, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Do we have any staff announcements?
Yes, sir. I just want to say that the application for the Terrawood, I believe it was the PUD, has been withdrawn, and so that will not be heard today in case there's anyone in the audience that came for that application.
All right, thank you. Any absence of the county attorney?
In the absence of the attorney, has any of the board members had any ex parte communications? And we'll start at the end with Mr. Shara.
None.
None.
Site visit.
None.
None.
Site visit?
All right, thank you. Now it's time for application number CU-2024-00001 for Kingdom of Construction at New Testament Baptist Church. If the applicant is present, please come to the podium, and staff, if you can give us the introduction, please.
Yes, good morning. This is application CU 2024-00001, Kingdom Construction Services for New Testament Baptist Church of Floral City. This is an application for an accessory to a house of worship in the RUR and LDR districts. This is a view looking west towards the church. This is looking north on South Parkview Avenue. This is the view looking south on South Parkville Avenue. This is the view looking east from the subject property. And this is the site plan as submitted for the property. Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
All right.
It's all yours.
Yeah, we just wanted to get.
Please state your name for the record.
Ian Nichols.
And your address.
It's 1102 North Main Street, Wildwood, Florida.
Thank you.
Just wanted to see if we could get approval for the parsonage here at the church, like she had mentioned. We wanted to see what the board thought. There's substantial land, in our opinion, to kind of compensate for the parsonage. I wanted to see if it was acceptable to you all to do so.
All right. Any questions from the board? I'm sorry, does the staff have any questions?
Yes, sir. Mr. Nichols, just for clarification, the parsonage is the only accessory structure being requested with this?
At this time, yes, sir.
Okay. And have you seen the conditions in the staff report?
The report that was sent over previous to this meeting, yes, sir.
Okay. And do you have any concerns with those conditions?
No, sir. I mean, I think the main thing was a landscaping buffer for the most part. But yes, sir, there was no objections to doing those.
Okay. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you. Does the board have any questions for the applicant?
I have one question. Mr. Nichols, you say that this is an accessory use. What is that accessory use?
Because it's a church now, this is a parsonage for the pastor and his family.
I see. A residence.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I have a question. Can you bring up that one there? Where is the residence that was in a private slide? It showed two arrows in and out of a driveway and said, looking from the property, that one. Where is that residence on the other slide?
I believe that's across the street from the
Can we
church.
bring up the other slide? No, the one with the aerial.
That house would be to the west.
That's when you're coming in and out of
Yeah,
Talking about the site plan?
yes. That,
I believe that will be to the right of your
Right on the left?
screen, across the street to the right. I think it's where the picture was taken.
okay, by the parking. All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
I had a question. How would they access the house with a car for the concrete pad there out front? Where would the car drive in at?
I believe the intent is just to have a dirt path off of the existing parking lot.
Okay.
When they come in and kind of use a dirt path that gets back to the house.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, I just have one question for you, and this might be pertaining to the staff. It shows that you're putting in a septic system for this parsonage, is that
Yes,
correct?
yes, sir.
And then the water is gonna be well water, I assume, is that correct?
Yes, sir, there's an existing well, at the water tie-in, there's a little pump house kind of back there on the back of the house.
So you're gonna share the well with the church?
Yes, sir, yeah,
Thank you.
yep, thank you.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, sir. Now we get the staff to come forward to make her presentation. Thank you.
Good morning, Ashley Baldwin, planner. This application is for a conditional use for an accessory structure to a house of worship, specifically for a parsonage, as we saw. The existing church was established in 1981 on this property. It is on approximately 20.22 acres. Here's an aerial view of the subject property. It shows the park, Floral City Park, to the north of the property. To the west, east, and south are residential properties. The zoning districts for the surrounding properties, the subject property is RUR with a little slice of LUR to the northwest portion of the property. Here's another aerial view zoomed in a little bit to get a better idea of the property. This is a view looking at the property from the road. This is where the parking abuts the right-of-way where a type A buffer would be required to be planted as part of the conditions for this application. Here is a picture of the area where the parsonage is proposed to be added to the property. And here is the site plan for where the parsonage is proposed to be added for the property. Any questions?
Does the applicant have any questions for staff? No. Does the board have any questions for staff?
One quick question, if I could. It looks like there's a depression almost due west of the proposed home site. Any issues with that at all?
There have been no issues brought to our attention. We do send these to technical services or the engineering division, and they didn't give us any comment on that, so.
All right, any other questions for staff? Actually, I do have one question for you, and I couldn't find it, so hopefully you have the answer.
Okay.
Under the water, is it typical to share a well with a church or another for an accessory use like this? Or should they have their, I could not find anything in the land development code. So,
Right, so septic systems are regulated by the Florida Department of Health, Environmental Health, and so they'll have to get permitting through them in order to do this, and we don't have anything from Environmental Health either approving or indicating that that's been applied for, so,
right, that's for the septic. How about the water?
same.
Same thing?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. All right, the public portion of the meeting will now be open. If there's anyone present who would like to speak on this application, please come forward to the podium. As a reminder, individuals have 3 minutes and organizations have 5 minutes. When speaking on this application, please address the board. If you have any documentation that you want to be entered into the record, please provide a copy to the recording secretary. Anybody want to speak? This is for the public. You're the applicant, so.
I just wanted to clarify one thing, if I could.
We'll give you a chance to do that in a minute. Thank you. Anyone from the public would like to come and speak on this podium? Yes, please come to the podium and state your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Marlene Gary, and I live at 10040 South Appaloosa Avenue. It appears that this stops short of my property, coming up on the, I believe it would be the west side in Appaloosa. Am I to understand there's only going to be one structure built on this 20.22 1.22 acres. There's not going to be any other development.
I'm sorry, we're not here to answer the questions, just to hear your comments.
That's the only thing. I just wanted to know exactly, is there going to be just one structure?
As far as we know.
Okay, that's all I have.
Thank you. Anyone else? I say none. I'll close the public portion of the meeting and bring it back. Does the staff have anything to add to the public rebuttal? Or, I'm sorry, the applicant? Yes.
Not about the rebuttal, I just want to clarify for the record, Pastor reminded me, I misspoke, that the well has been abandoned, it's on city water now, but it was in the same area, so I apologize. I just want to say, it's city water, it's not a well.
Oh, perfect, thank you.
Sorry.
Would you mind answering the question from the public regarding the one structure?
Yes, ma'am, again, there's only one structure that we're proposing at this time.
Thank
Great, thank you. Does staff have anything to add to that?
No, sir.
And we'll bring the discussion back to the board.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Facemeyer.
I find this to be a reasonable application, and I plan to support it.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair, I would concur with Mr. Facemeyer. It's consistent with the comprehensive plan and the land development code. All the findings of fact have been found to be true, so I would be supporting this application.
Thank you, Commissioner Bramlett. Anyone else?
I'd like to make a motion.
For the purpose of a motion, Commissioner Royce.
Planning and Development Commission finds application number CU-2024-0001 consistent with the Citrus County Comprehensive Plan and the Citrus County Land Development Code, and the board approves with conditions the conclusions regarding this petition. It has been determined that the approving the proposed conditional use will not adversely affect the public interest, that there is compliance with special rules governing individual conditional uses of the type involved, that the proposed development with conditions and safeguards attached would be generally compatible with the adjacent properties, and that the other property in the district, and that the PDC is empowered under the section of the LDC described in the application to grant this conditional use.
I'll second that.
So we have a first by Commissioner Royce and a second by Commissioner Gilbert. Any other discussions from the board?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Sheriff.
my understanding is we're approving this application with the conditions as presented by staff. Does that motion
That is-
cover
Yes.
approved with condition?
It did.
Yes.
I
Okay,
said with conditions.
great. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussions by the board? All right. All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Is there anything else? That's it?
Yes, sir. So for additional items, I just wanted to let the board know, the next Planning and Development Commission meeting, April 18th, we've got 3 applications. We've got another conditional use for a house of worship. We have a proposed amendment to the manatee element of the comprehensive plan. And we have a comp plan, atlas, and plan unit development being requested for a mixed-use development just north of here, on the north side of the EOC and the school property. And then the May 2nd one, we've got 2 applications. One of them is an LDC update. And then the May 16th, we've got the Tuscany Ranch is coming. So
Great.
we've got a lot coming.
All right, thank you. All right. Any comments, final comments from the commissioners?
Have a nice day.
No? Meeting adjourned. Shortest meeting in history.
Keep it up. Good job, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, good job, Mr. Chair.
Why do all these people come?